Pierre.
The Pierre. We're calling it the Pierre now.
The Pierre.
Hello everybody and welcome to the On the Road podcast.
Review. Let's go.
On the Road review with Will and Theodore.
Hello.
Theodore, what are we doing today?
So today we're going to try something new. So we tend to go to the cinema together nowadays. And we normally have quite a cool or good conversation whilst in the car.
On the way home.
On the way home.
And on the way there.
And the way the baby there. But we thought we'd do this to get our thoughts of after the film. And we're just going to do a little disclaimer here. Will is driving sensibly. I'm doing all the recording. I'm focusing all that. So Will is got 100% attention on the road.
Yeah, I was about to say, I am too focusing, otherwise we'd be in great peril.
So most of the talking might be down to me, and Will obviously will chime in because he does have a mouth of England, so he can talk whilst driving.
We are going on the motorway and then on the dual carriageway at 50 plus miles an hour, so
I will be handling most of it just so then Will can focus on driving, but we are being safe.
Exactly.
So if there are long pauses, then you just know we're concentrating.
Okay.
So anyway, on to today. We just came out of watching Nope, the latest Jordan Peele film. And I think we're going to have to delve into spoilers if we really want to talk about this, because I feel like it kind of needs to. So
I'd be very intrigued to watch the trailer now to see how much they actually showed, because you had watched the trailer before.
Yeah, I watched a couple of trailers.
I hadn't. I have not.
Yeah, so Jordan Peele's new film, did it live up to your expectations, do you think?
It did.
You liked it, did you?
I did. One of the reviews that I did read, I think it was Joe DeCont or How Memories of Somebody's, or no, it's Matt Hall, and he said that the ending kind of ruined it for him, and that was what I distinctly remember. But I completely disagree, and I think the ending was actually probably arguably the best bit.
So you did like the ending then?
I did like the ending, did you not?
Oh yeah, I quite like the ending. I feel like it could have done a bit more, it's almost the inverse of most films. It did a bit too much showing and not enough telling.
Really?
I feel like the whole mystery is like, what is the UFO?
Like, we never find out.
We never find out. Yeah, we don't find out. All we know is that it's a living organism that likes to eat things. But I feel like for most of the time, they kind of played their hand a bit early. I feel like we saw it like jut out quickly, and that was our first little teaser. Then I feel like we saw the whole thing a bit too soon.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have held off a bit more on that.
But then each time that it appeared, and we had only about 2 or 3 of those appearances before the big climax, before they decided to actually get the guy in to film it, the professional dude. And each time it came out, it got progressively more intense.
Yeah.
Something more happened. And I was really impressed with the first one, but particularly the second one actually, when he was, when OJ, which the only name I remember from the film, OJ.
Yeah, the names were a lot. I remember OJ and Angel.
And Angel, yeah. But yeah, I completely disagree in the sense that I didn't think it needed to say more about who it was, because at the end, the spectacle was
I do want
it kind of emerged from its UFO appearance into its actual physical form.
Oh yeah, I like that. Don't get me wrong, I love that. I agree with you. I think the ending was actually really well done. I love the use of the well. That was a great Chekhov's gun. Like you see it at the beginning, kind of, and you don't really think about it. But I think that was like one of the best examples of a Chekhov's gun.
Initially, I thought it was quite gimmicky. I thought, this might not work. I see what they're doing with this. How will it work? But then the payoff at the end, when they just finally take it, was like, that was worth it.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
And I love that the UFO, it didn't turn out to be a UFO with like little green people. I love that it was like revealed to be this animal. That was really cool.
It was a living organism.
But I must admit, the other Jordan Peele films, I love Get Out, and I think Get Out is still better than this.
Yeah.
And that, like, I was talking to you on the way here about, like, Jordan Peele films, I feel like have scary concepts. And, like, they have spooks, but they're not necessarily, like, you don't watch Get Out.
There are a couple of jump scares in there.
That's what I was going to say. With Get Out, there's not many moments where you're like, oh, shit. Like, oh, fuck. I probably shouldn't scream loud about that.
The audience
also you, but there are moments where, like, the idea is when you Get Out is scary. But in this one, there are moments where that are genuinely, like, terrifying. Like, the monkey, I was going to say, one of my flaws is I don't get the whole monkey thing. I don't understand what that had on the overall plot. Like, I feel like there's some symbolism there that I don't, like the whole animal maybe linking, but I thought it was a bit weird.
I thought they were going to go into that with the horses though, and I suppose they did a bit with the eye thingy.
No, don't look it in the eye.
Don't look in the eyes, and I knew they were going to link it with the horses somehow when we got that monkey scene. But I do agree with.
It was a little bit just thrown in there. But that monkey was fucking terrifying.
It was, yeah.
Like the CGI was good. It wasn't great.
It was good, but I can understand why they did the deaths off screen. Because when the monkey came towards the table with the kid who was underneath, who was to go into the successful businessman, whatever.
Yeah.
As it was coming closer, I was like, But it's clearly CGI.
But it was still scary. The moment it looks at the camera, like it shows you a bit at the beginning, the moment it looks at the camera, I thought, fucking hell, I've never been so scared of a monkey.
And you still think he's going to pounce.
The slow.
Down. You think, even then, he's still a threat. He still might go for this kid.
And when, like, I know you're saying that CGI got a bit choppy as it went to the camera.
Yeah.
But when they had the drape over its face, that was scary. I did not. That was like I wasn't like at the moment where I was going to jump. Yeah. But that was terrifying. Like obfuscating his face.
The monkey from Toy Story 3 who had the symbols.
Yes, shit's terrifying.
That reminded me of that, and I thought that was quite symbolic with the symbols, but with the draping because you couldn't see the full face, and that
it was spooky.
They were both spooky. Yeah.
And when it got shot, Jesus Christ, it just got fucking. It just got put down.
Yeah. To be fair, they were trying to have a nice moment with the fist bump with the kid and whatnot,
and then just bang.
But then it reminded you that this monkey just killed a load of people, so it deserves to be shot. So there's no, like, you have the instant shock of it being shot, but then seconds later you realise, that's the safest thing for them to do.
Yeah, and like that, and the monkey killing the people was scary. But also, what I didn't expect to be scary, because I don't know about you, but I don't really see a lot of UFO horror films. Because aliens are quite tricky to make into a horror. Because most horror is like if there's a being from another world, it's more like a creature, or it's not like a humanoid. So I wasn't really going to this one. But
I've seen a couple of found footage movies, and they're all shit, to be honest.
But this one, the alien, like the I don't know what they call it. Like they call it like the jacket, something. I prefer the name the seer, I think. But
what Steven
Observer. Yeah, I thought it was the seer.
The seer or the observer,
or whatever it was called. When we're shown inside its stomach, and we see that woman, like, that was so unnerving.
It was like claustrophobic.
Like it's half the screen's like obfuscated by the just like the internal tubes. But when you see that thing like shut on her head, that was spooky. That was terrifying.
To be fair, it was, but I could see through as a filmmaker, I could clearly see that they just put a load of draping. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that was kind of the aesthetic of the monster though. Like when it opens up at the end, it looks like one massive curtain.
I suppose, but it still looked good.
Oh, it was. I thought it was terrifying.
Like the inside was a bit.
The inside was a bit weird. Like you could tell, because it's a Jordan Peele film. It's not on a budget. Yeah. But I feel like if they showed more, I wouldn't have been happy.
No.
Like when it was doing the whole morphing into the carpet, I thought it was a bit weird.
To be fair, I was completely lost when it like morphed into that white thing from the UFO. I was like, have I missed a bit? Like, because I couldn't remember the transformation, but then when it transformed back into the UFO appearance, I was like, right, so that's this physical embodiment that was inside the, what would you call it, shell?
Like a capsule. Yeah. And you do see it kind of transform in the background. Again, they like kind of block it behind the barn and stuff, which I like, because if we see too much, it kind of spoils the magic. But the design of the creature was pretty cool. Like, it was pretty neat.
The ending was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
And it was a bit over dramatic with the music, which, by the way, I loved the music.
Oh, the score was phenomenal.
The score was absolutely brilliant.
The western like tints they had to some of it, like at the final end, like the
a lot of it,
like it tied in so well with like the western aesthetic.
Yeah, and when OG's backing up on the horse, when it's about and
then it says out of bound. Or what was it? It had like the sign over his head, didn't it?
Yes.
That said like out yonder. Oh, that was so nice.
Yeah.
Although I felt like the characters, personally, I felt the characters a bit lackluster.
What was the time jump between the bloke installing the cameras and him first stalking them?
I think it was the first night, because I imagine like he wouldn't be stalking them day by day, and it's like it was a nightly occurrence, wasn't it? So I reckon he went back and like looked at it the next day.
But why?
Because he was a bit like he was a conspiracy theorist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So like he got a whiff that there was aliens, and he was like, well shit, I'm gonna.
But the thing is,
break some laws.
The one criticism I had was all the events happened on that first night. The night that he happens to look at the cameras.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
it happens
and,
pretty quick. You did mention it earlier. You're playing his cards right off the out back, and that's why I felt it's lacking a bit of a time jump.
I feel like Act 1 and Act 2 were a bit weird in my opinion, they're a bit muddled, but as soon as the seer comes over the building and starts dropping all the shit, from that point on I think the film was amazing.
Yeah.
Like from that point on it was like, okay, this shit has got itself together now, and this it's not as terrifying as the monkey or the insides, but it's still unnerving. Like all the blood pouring down the window.
I was just about to say the blood's coming down onto the house.
And the screams, like you could hear, like the way it was doing the thing where it was flying around, you could hear the screams like inside
of the people,
and then they all just stop at once, and then the blood pours down.
Yeah,
like that, and the guy on the motorbike, you hear him screaming, and then all of a sudden stop.
And some keys fell down. You could see
the keys.
Yeah,
but I feel like like the main actor, Daniel, he was in the Get Out film. He played the main character in that. I felt like he wasn't as good as he was in Get Out. I felt like he was kind of underplaying it a bit. Like I felt like his character was like didn't really want to be there. Like he wasn't really bothered. Like he was still good. Like he was a good protagonist. I like to follow him.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know, his performance felt a bit weird. Like he didn't really seem invested in any of the scenes.
Do you remember when I was defending Afterlife? Oh, not Afterlife. After Earth with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And the character that Will Smith played.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Daniel in this film, and I think you just need an in-law like that, like my uncle-in-law.
Yeah.
Because my uncle-in-law is like that. So those people do exist, but you just don't usually see them on screen. But now I've had like 7-8 years to know my uncle-in-law.
Yeah.
I completely get that character.
Fair enough. And then I didn't like his sister. His sister at the beginning was very annoying.
The two people in front of us loved the sister.
Oh yeah, the two people in front of us.
They were annoying as well.
At one point, I was tempted to like kneel down and go, "Excuse me, can you be quiet?" At least they piped down when it was all the intense scenes. Like
they weren't loud; they were just
talking constantly.
Yeah,
and like I could just see them in my peripherals, like leaning over and shit.
Yeah.
But like I just found her at the beginning a little bit annoying. Like she got better as as soon as basically the blood scene. Yeah. Like from that point on, I just find her a little bit tedious and annoying. She's constantly asking questions and kind of not being a stick in the mud, but like just not.
I still rooting for her.
Oh yeah, I still wanted to win because the blanket thing was. Oh no, what? The whole time I was watching, I thought it was the butthole in the sky because it looked a bit like a butthole.
Yeah. I think everyone's favourite character coming out of this film, because you said some of the characters. Well, we only really followed 4 characters in this film, really.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 if we're talking about the kids who grew up and whatever.
Yes.
Why even evolve into him? What was he? I was going
to say that he felt really underutilized because Stephen Young, I've seen him in like other things, and he's a really good actor. But I felt like he was just a bit underutilized.
He came over. He said, "Oh, I'm going to invite you to this party."
Yeah, so he knew that was going to happen. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah, guys, I don't think it's going to kill us, but it might kill us. So welcome to the party." And then they just all die. And also the thing with the disfigured lady. I don't understand, like, what was that? Because in the trailer...
I assumed she was a survivor of the first attack. It was the sister/friend that was in the house in the sitcom they were filming. That's what I thought she was, because he said, my first acting gig, the beautiful, and it was the little girl. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And she survived the attack of the monkey.
So I think you're right. It's just the trailers, they almost pitched her as being like the alien. Because there's a scene where, like, you know when Stephen Young's looking in the sky and his hat blows off and then you see the wind?
Yeah.
In the trailer, they cut that with then her standing up and the veil kind of coming off.
Okay.
So it makes it almost feel like an insider.
Right.
But then okay, now that you said that, I totally understand the lady. She makes sense. I'm fully on that.
Okay.
Also the kids, that scene, I thought they played their hand way too early when they played with the kids. I thought they were the actual aliens. And then I liked that they were. Because I thought, wait, you're showing us the aliens now? That scene was creepy. Yeah. Like the way the kids moved, I thought, oh shit. So they're playing the aliens a little bit too early, but they're still quite interesting. Then he says, nope. I felt like this film was like...
It had a couple times.
It had like a couple comedy. Like it had like every time he said nope, there was like an extra comedy that I liked. Like when the kids started moving, he just went, nope.
I mean, it made sense because on the way to the film, you did say nope comedically about 5 times. So
it's just because it's like a fun one to say. And then when he's in the car and he's like waiting out the umbrella or something, like what the angel calls it, the umbrella.
Yeah.
Like he just like looks his head out, goes nope, closes the door, and then locks it.
Yeah.
And that was the only moment that I was like, okay, this film's having fun with it. I like that.
But yeah, I was petrified by that. By the kids scene with the mask. I was like.
Yeah, I saw you kind of like go like into your hand.
Yeah, I did that a couple times to be fair.
Mm.
And Yeah, when he said no, I was like, yeah, turn away, and then he got the camera thrown out.
And then the kid like jumped down from the thing, he punched it.
And I was like, yes,
that was the best bit, just him knocking out a child.
Yes, and when the scene ended, I was like, fuck. I said fuck physically.
Also, that means the film killed children. Like, the alien ate all the guys at the site, so the alien canonically killed 3 children. No, 4, because there was another one in the stand.
Yes.
This film killed kids. They got the balls to kill kids in this film.
And a lot of films do not do that.
A lot of films, you kind of gotta respect it. I thought like, oh, that is horrible.
Yeah.
But like, not a lot of films really have like the gore to do it. The only other films I can really think of are like,
at least about 30 films that kill kids.
Like the boy in the striped pajamas, Ready or Not has some kids dying in it.
Yeah.
It's just the Lord of the Flies. Technically, if you want to go there, Children of the Court. I'm sorry, stop. But but anyway, this film was. I really like this film.
Like you said, first 2 acts, it was finding its feet.
Yeah.
And then third, final act, Chef's Kiss.
Chef's Kiss.
That's where it kind of ascended from maybe like a 3-star up into a score.
So I just want to say one more thing before we reveal our scores in this very informal review. But I don't know why, but this detail really stuck with me.
Yeah.
When they scare the horse in the thing and they show him the chroma ball.
Oh yeah.
I like the people in front of us saying, "What's that?" And like us film nerds at the back, like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
But I like the detail that he's like making one when he gets home. Like he's making one to then train the horses not to like get scared of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's such a nice little detail that they didn't need to do. But it gave that character so much like more. Like you can tell he actually cared about his job. Like he may not have been happy doing it, but you can tell he had this area of like caring for it.
Yeah. When it was first revealed to us about the eyes thing, I was like, okay, this is film. Not in a good way. I'm just saying,
is cinema.
This is cinema, but not in a good way. In terms of, okay, he's about to get eaten. What does he do? It just reminds him of the bit with the horse, and then he looks away. I thought, okay, suspend disbelief a little bit. But then I do suppose they needed a way to get away from the situations, and that was that.
And also, like, it kind of plays into the whole thing of like he's an animal wrangler, and the spaceship was at the end of the day a wild animal.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Like
so
he would kind of know.
He knew how to tame it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But anyway, so in this very informal review, what score are you gonna give it?
Are we going to do the audience interaction section?
I don't think. Nah.
No. Okay.
This is not a proper podcast. It's just a little fun goof.
Yes. As we are approaching your home.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I will give. Nope. I was about to say Clara then. Nope. A 4 out of 5.
And I will also give Nope a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it is a very good film.
It's very strong, especially in the third act.
I was contemplating a 3.5.
Same.
But I was like, it's just too impressive.
It's a good spectacle as well.
Exactly, and it is a great spectacle. It's a great spectacle, and it's too good just to say it's good, I think.
And I think it's very important that anyone listening should go watch this in cinema. I feel like if you're watching this on your TV, you won't get the same experience.
I think it's like Arrival. I think Arrival might have been good if I watched on in cinema.
I wish I saw that.
But I watched it on TV and I was like, I don't like it.
So, but yeah, so if you get the chance, I say watch it in cinema. It's a much better experience.
Well, Theodore, you're approaching your home.
And approaching the end of this little thing. So hopefully you guys like this, and
if you want us to do more,
then we can do more, because we tend to go to the cinema quite a lot nowadays.
Yeah, like, subscribe,
comment,
yes,
and we'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Bye.